Good day, you too. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all around the world. We fixed our mistake from last week. We had glued this rail on backwards where it made one of them dead eyes underneath the gun port. You can't have that because the rope going up to secure it. So I think I'm going to take some glue and sawdust and fill that hole, but I just pulled the pin out for the strap and drilled a new hole and moved it over. So we were able to repair that easily. So the trick this week is the baling pin rack to go on up here. And I've already cut my posts. I got to shape them. And I was working on shaping the actual rack. And I grabbed a different piece of wood out of my stock. I got a bunch of leftover wood up there from other ship builds, and I got a bunch of scrap to choose from if I need a piece that's not in the kit. So the piece that I grabbed, I did all the layout on it and drilled the holes for the baling pins and set this in the vise and tried to grind those shapes on the ends. And I didn't realize it, but this board has got a notch cut in it, or a rabbet, and I didn't see it until after I was starting to grind because I was on this side. And my end just chipped off and flew away. And why'd that happen? Because I picked a piece that was thicker on purpose so I wouldn't have to worry about splitting and all that mess when you're shaping it. But because it had that rabbet cut in it, it just tore up on the end. So can't use that one. So I got another one that's better than what's in the kit, and I've duplicated the layout on here, and before I had this sticking out and I was coming in there by hand to make that shape. I could file this by hand, which I probably should do. And I would have more control instead of using the router bit. You know how quick this would just eat in there, but it would easily eat away too much. So I think now that I'm talking to you guys, thinking about it, I'm going to file those two little cup shapes in there instead. And then we'll take it over to the little saw and we'll cut the notches out for the posts. But we definitely want to file that. So we'll look for a little half moon shape file, something like that maybe, to work this piece. Already got the holes drilled in it, but so once we get past that, I got the keel piece ready to glue on and cut and shape. I'll have to look at the plans to see what else to do. I've been working all week on that irrigation stuff and I got it done. That neighbor dog Callie doesn't like me talking over here. Little Chihuahua. So I finished yesterday installing that valve bank. And this is the casualty of war. I gotta clean up and put all my tools away. But the baby birds that were in their eggs have hatched. Is mama in there? No, I don't think mama's in there. But there's one of the baby birds sitting there. So I don't know how they're doing. I try not to disturb her. But another new addition to the farm. Well, this ain't a farm, but we got eggs from our chickens, and we're averaging about 3 eggs a day with 5 chickens. And I'd like a little bit more. So we got some baby chicks from Rural King. 3 different kinds. Let me turn the light on here. One of them's a Rhode Island red. That light colored one is supposed to lay blue eggs, lavender, and can't remember the name of that third one. But I'm gonna brood them up in here just so the big chickens don't eat them until they get big enough where they can fend for themselves. I'll still keep them. I have to put a little chicken wire separator inside the coop to keep them separate so they can still see each other but not eat each other. Once these birds get big enough, they can go in there. So it'll be a couple months out here probably, I imagine. So the irrigation system update is done. Well, I got to bury the hole, but I was doing the final install yesterday and then testing everything and making sure all my heads were in the right place and working everywhere. And then I added some heads inside this porch too, so we don't have to manually water these plants anymore. So we got red, green, and black, and the red does the porch, all the way around the back of the house and the rose bed. The green does the greenhouse and some of the bins outside there, and the black does the whole fence line all the way around the back there, from the back of the greenhouse all the way to the back and around to the other corner. So we got plants all the way around the back that are potted that we were having to water manually. And even that third circuit also takes care of the plants around the oak tree and these 2 bins here. So let me sit down and file away like chickens eating food and get this shaped up, and I'll show you what it looks like in a closed caption format. Okay, so we got the rough shape. Looks pretty close to the plan. Now I got to do some fine tuning. And I'm about to open up that slot a little bit on that one side and make this one a little deeper on this side, as these posts will fit into the holes on the deck that are pre-made in that laser cut deck board. And then I want to round off the corners too. The outside corners here, I got to round them off a little bit. And then sand the whole thing a little bit on the face. And then once we get it ready, we'll glue it in position. Looks like our spacing between the two 4mm boards is good. I was worried about that. So let me do the final cleanup on this and we'll glue it up.